Hey everyone, Tekk here. Welcome to Tekk's Tavern. Grab a brew, pull up a chair, and let's do another Tekk's Travels episode on Neverwinter. And I just wanted to do a quick video here. This is just going to be kind of a quick tips, not necessarily tips and tricks. I don't know if there's any tricks here, but a quick tips video. And I wanted to start off first with this, on this very first screen here, is if you're playing the game, you might notice they have a thing going on in the game where every once in a while, at random intervals, a event will pop up in a zone. And a lot of times, I know some people just kind of ignore it and just whatever, but I just kind of wanted to show an example of if you actually participate, you'll see in this particular event, which I forget which zone I'm in. I'm in the Pirate Sky Zone, whatever that's called. Pirate Skyhold. Yeah, that's where I'm at. But there's an event that pops up, and this particular one is you have to find these wisps and click on them and collect them. And as you can see here by this little, update score screen, I came in first on this. And I just kind of wanted to give an example in case any of you have never bothered to participate, never came in first, so you can kind of see what you kind of get out of it. It's not too bad for the effort. I actually get 3,000 experience, which is, as much as doing just a normal quest. And then you get some pretty decent enchants. I mean, I got all rank 3 enchants, and 5 in total here. 2 of the radiants, which the radiant ones are pretty good because on defense they're hit points and on offense they're power. So it kind of is worth your time when you see these events pop up. It is kind of worth your time to go ahead and try to either get first or second. You can see here these two guys tied for second, so they probably each got about 3 enchants, I think is about right, and then all these guys down here probably got about 1 enchant. But I just kind of wanted to show that as one particular tip, is that if you haven't been doing the zone events, you may want to just go ahead and try to do it the next time you're in a zone and it pops up. Usually most of them are pretty easy. They usually involve either clicking on something like artifacts, or in this case the wisps, or it may require you to kill certain mobs that are in the zone or something to that effect. So that's one little tip in particular that I wanted to show. Okay, I'm back. I had to do a quick edit there because I was standing in a bad location when I started the first part of this video. But to continue with a couple other small tips I wanted to give, in particular on the crafting, I thought one thing I'd share, and I know some of you have been playing the game quite a bit, maybe have figured some of this stuff out, but this video is mainly aimed at people who maybe haven't tried the game or have just barely touched into it. And you're just, want a couple little tips and insight on things that are going on. One thing in particular I was going to talk about was on the professions. You want to make sure, at the very least, there's 5 professions here in the game. There's leadership, mailsmithing, platesmithing, leatherworking, and tailoring. Now, these bottom 4 here, they all kind of coincide with a particular class, and that they make items for a particular class. So the mailsmithing is making things mainly for clerics and great weapon fighters or whatever. The platesmithing is for the tank class, leatherworking for the rogues, and then the tailoring is for the mages. So they all kind of, if you want to do it, they're not really heavily required, I don't think. Because obviously in the game you're going to get gear and stuff from dungeons and other means. The one thing I'm pretty sure of, though, that is unique to the crafting, that is the only way you can get them, is the actual shirt and pants items. These two you don't get as normal loot drops, so either you're going to have to make them yourself or you're going to have to buy them from other people through the auction house for Astral diamonds or whatever the case may be. So that's one benefit for the crafting. I don't know if it's really worth all the time and effort to grind through it to get to those, to be honest, but I mean, your mileage may vary, I guess. However, the one exception on the crafting is the leadership. You need to do the leadership if you're playing this game. No matter if you have no interest in crafting whatsoever and you don't want to mess with any of the rest of these, you still need to go ahead and do the leadership. The reason for that is the leadership it's a crafting that enables you to augment your earnings on both money and Astral diamonds throughout the game. And the biggest thing, and I'll show you right here, For instance, you can see I got to collect results here on 3 different craftings I just did under leadership, and I can protect the heck out of some caravans. The reason I do this one quite a bit is because you can see right here, it only takes 2 hours, and you get, you know, a silver, which is no big deal, a little bit of regular experience, a little bit of leadership experience, but you get 200 rough astral diamonds. So I basically made 600 diamonds in 2 hours just on having to click 3 buttons, basically. So that is a reason to do leadership, because you can kind of augment your astral diamond earnings. Now sometimes there'll be other ones there's rare, like timed ones that pop up here that allow you to get astral diamonds and different things as well. Like here you can see this one's kind of grayed out because I'm not a level 11 yet. I'm level 10 on my leadership. But this one you could earn 400 diamonds along with basically 9 silver and some experience and a couple of materials. So there's a lot of different ones that you can do. Generally my strategy, and I know several people else that are playing the game, is if you see a good one pop up here to earn, say, more astral diamonds, and you can do it, then, you know, go ahead and do it. Especially if it's a long timed one and you're getting ready to log off for the night, then go ahead and do that one. But if you're like on and playing over the course of a couple hours, a real good one is this Protect Caravan one, because it's 2 hours for 200 diamonds and doesn't require any other materials or anything like that. So I'll usually go through here, and you can see the guys I have. This guy has 25% speed, so he actually does it in an hour and a half. I actually need to get one more guy so then I can double up here, because see here I can do a mercenary and a guard to get a 5%, and then here I do it again, and this guy's by himself then. So I need to get another, I need to train another guy so I can double up there. But again, that's just for those couple of clicks there. Now I got 600 more diamonds coming in a little while. And I'm sure there's some other strategies people will say to doing different things. Here I'm doing a mail smithing one that basically gathers materials and gets a pretty good experience. I believe this one's like 100 experience, I think. I'm not sure actually. It's way down here somewhere. Where is it at? 200 experience. I'm doing this one right here, which requires a second tier mail smithing guy, and then you got to buy 8 charcoal and have the ore, which the ore you can gather here for free every 15 minutes basically, and then you can get 200 experience. So I'm kind of using that to level my mail smithing right now. So anyway, that's just a little bit of a tip on the crafting if you play the game, is that you don't necessarily have to do these if you don't feel like putting the effort and the time into it, but the leadership, I highly recommend you have to do the leadership. It really helps. The other thing is to make sure to always do your pray ability while you're on every hour. Another tip is the game has this neat gateway thing where you can go through their website and you can actually do your crafting while you're not even in the game. You can go to the website and actually do it. So you could even be at work and log in on a browser, and if all your crafting was done, you could go ahead and cycle it and put new ones up, which is a pretty neat feature, definitely. Another thing is for a last little thing just to cover, is if you click on this button here in the interface in game, you can get to the Astral Diamond Exchange. And what this is if you don't really want to spend real money to get the Zen, which the Zen can be used to get keys and do things in the Zen market and whatnot, you can actually buy Zen with your Astral Diamonds. So you can actually go in here and search down here and see what the market is and what the current price is. And it's actually been dipping quite a bit over the last week or so here. I think people who bought the packs are running out of their diamonds and stuff, so the prices are going down. But you can actually see here that the cheapest price is you can buy 1 Zen for 284 Astral Diamonds. So if you wanted to buy keys to open those nightmare chests that you get in the game, you can actually go in here and buy the Zen you need to buy a key, which a key is 125 Zen. So for instance right here, if I went on here and typed that I wanted to buy 125 Zen, right now that would cost 35,000 Astral Diamonds, which 35,000 Astral Diamonds, if you do your dailies and do your praying and do the crafting like I was showing you a minute ago, you can make 35,000 in about 2 days of playing, maybe 3. So about every 2 to 3 days you could buy a key to open a chest, and it's not going to cost you any money out of your pocket, which is pretty cool compared to most free-to-play games. I mean, you can really do a lot of things in this game without having to pull your wallet out. So that's just kind of one thing to show. And yeah, you can see down here I have 237,000 diamonds, so I could sit here and buy, you know, several Zen. I mean, I have some Zen already right here actually that I'm just kind of sitting on. But I've actually gone in here and bought Zen at a lower price when I see it really dip. Like the other day there was a quick dip where it dipped down in the 260s. You could actually buy it and then when it goes back up, turn around and sell it for a profit. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. So anyway, that's it. That's 3 sort of tips there to kind of be aware of. I'm still playing the game, enjoying it quite a bit. As you can see, I'm level 48 right now. Have several other friends that are playing, so we're all trying to get 60. The official release of the actual release of Neverwinter has been announced as June 20th. So I guess we're trying to make sure we're 60 by June 20th and try to gear up a little bit because they're releasing some new locations and areas and things to do up on that launch date. So that's something to kind of look forward to. So again, that's it for now. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time in the tavern.